do something haven't done in a vlog before. I'm out at a small cemetery. I just wanted to come out and check out some of the graves and headstones out here at this cemetery, and just make a little creepy segment here real quick. Check some of this stuff out. Look at this one's got a very small vault type thing almost. There's some words on it. I can't. It says mother. I can't make out anything on it. The number 12 or 112 maybe. Not sure. A couple of headstones there. That one looks blank. That one looks like it might say Martha Alowan, born in 1870 something, 71, 74, something like that, 19 to 1946, 1916. I don't know how old this cemetery is. I'm not going to step inside that. I'm going to stay outside here. That actually says 1932. I don't know about that. That's actually a newer headstone. Marion Dobson died in 1989. Was in World War II. Marion Willard Dobson, Corporal, U.S. Air Force. James and Lily Pettigrew, born in 1883 and 1897. Born in died 1957, 1981. There's a lot of other ones out here like those that are just look like just rocks sticking out of the ground. You can't even see if there's anything on them at all. The bad thing is walking around here, and there's one there, and they're that close right there. So I don't know if I'm actually stepping on where they're buried or what. It's kind of creepy. This one right here, Sally Brown, wife of J.P. Anderson, born in 1857, died 1896, at rest. Born 1866 and died in 1908. Hattie Lee, wife of J.P. Anderson. Oh, so he's got two. Okay, I just noticed that. Hattie Lee, wife of J.P. Anderson, and Sally Brown, wife of J.P. Anderson. So I guess he had both of his wives buried here. Oscar and Edith Anderson. That one's peculiar. Born 1883 and died 1883. Just a little over a month after his birth. And these are children, I suppose, because it says Edith, 1884 to 1886. Not even 2 years old. Wow, I've been by this cemetery plenty of times. I didn't know there were markers out this old. I don't know if the graves are actually this old. This one's birth is 1806 and death is 1882. Next one is 1810. Birth and a death of 1894. This could be it's a very old cemetery, I guess. I've never been out here to the cemetery. I've seen it, like I said, driving by plenty of times. This one's a newer marker. Maybe the marker's from 1964. That's when this guy's death here. The McDougal Funeral Home here in Anderson. I don't know. Again, I don't know how old this place is, but there are a lot of old dates on these tombstones. Charles Malden, son of S.J. and Emily J. Barrett, 1860 to 1936. That one's pretty old too. There's a small one there. Born in 1892, died in 1896 or 8. Wasn't very old at all. This one's 1866 to 1885. So, oh, married 1885, died 1908. Okay. Her children called her blessed. Born, this baby was only 10 days old. Her name was Annie. Born February 5th and died February 15th. She was only 10 days old. That was terrible. And then this one here, it's about the same way. A little more space in between the head and foot stones, but still very small for a grown-up. I can't tell. That one's so worn. I can't tell what the dates are at all on those. Aged 30 years. Matilda Garrison, wife of J.C. Winter. Died 1848. That's all it says. There's something at the bottom of it, but I can't tell. Looks like one of the words says sleeping. I'm probably standing right on their body. Oh, that's terrible. Sorry, Matilda. Revolutionary soldier. This plaque here. Revolutionary soldier David Verner. 1760 to 1852. I guess it's like, I don't know if the person's buried here. That is a very long time to be buried here. Buried here. That's very old. David Verner. Here is like a little plaque, but here's an actual headstone. That may be his original headstone. They are the rock, but there's a newer one. David Verner, 1760 to 1852. Born in Virginia, died in Anderson. That is really old. Right beside that, Andrew Shearer, born 1839, died 1903. Yeah, I had no idea the graves were this old here. This is crazy. There's some other markers here. I don't know which way the bodies are buried. It's going to be weird. So this Mattie Brooks, 1851 to 1916. Safe in the arms of Jesus. Safe in the something arms of Jesus. Loving arms of Jesus, maybe. I'm not sure. What else? Oh, it's another child, actually. 1904 to 1908. Wow, there's a lot more children buried out here than I thought would be. Also, well, there's this border here for their grave. Actually, I just saw that. It says Brooks, doesn't it? Yeah, the family name. But there's also a border here. I'm not sure. It may have been the older border for their family plots, or when they came along sometime later and put the other border there. Here's 1808 to 1890. Malden Manning. And there's one right beside it. Sorry, here he is. It's fallen over. They were also short. Infant. Oh wow. Oh my gosh. And this one's gets a little more morbid here. People have actually left flowers on these more recently. There's cars there. These are children. Infant sons of Mr. and Mrs. C.W. Brown, 1937 and 1930. I guess maybe they were stillborn or something. And then right beside it is another small one. Frances, infant daughter of C.P. and Cleo Slayton, March 10th to July 29th, 1927. Yeah, again, like I said, I had no clue that they were actually children buried out here. It's a Maud Brown, 1905 to 1929. 24 years old. Oh, and there's a golf ball because there's a golf course over there. So people are hitting wild golf balls over here. Wonder if that's why that's laying down. That one's Mattie Pettigrew, 1886 to 1962. There's also the metal markers out here also. Mattie Pettigrew, 1854 to 1907. There's a lot of gnats getting in my face out here too. Get out of this tree. I haven't got any bugs on me. A footstone, and there's a headstone it's fallen over. These have fallen over. I'm not sure about this one. Born 1885, died 14 to 50. I'm not sure what that means. Maybe they died in 1950. Maybe April 14th, 1950. It's a weird way to do that. It must be could be an older headstone from the 50s or whatever. There's also this little mound here. I'm not very sure what. I mean, there's one of those older looking headstones right there. I don't know if they were buried in the mound or what. That's a little weird. I don't know if it's maybe the footstone or another grave right there. There's a gravestone, headstone there. And it's too worn to read that one. There's more rocks piled up like that too. Not as big of a mound as over there, but still a mound. And here also, it looks like a couple of older headstones next to that tree. And I wonder, maybe some of these rocks do look like older headstones that are piled up at the bottom of these trees. I wonder if they're older headstones that have been found out here and they didn't know who they went to, didn't know where they're actually buried, so they piled them around the bottom of the trees. There is a piece of a headstone here. It says Kitty, daughter of Sim and Lizzie. That's just the top of a headstone. Well, the bottom of it could have been stolen or damaged in some way and thrown out or something like that. I'm not sure. Like I said, I've never done anything like this, just walked around and looked at some old cemeteries like this, grave sites. It looks like I picked a good one for my first one because there's a lot of old graves out here, a lot of young children buried out here also. It's pretty sad. The children had to die that young, and kind of creepy.